Of Instruments has just released a new update for its Kontrol MK3 keyboards. This update makes the keyboards even better. You can now control any VST that you have from the keyboard. I'm going to show you that, and that goes for sounds and your effects plugins. You can now tweak them right here from the keyboard. So that comes in handy instead of looking back and forth to the computer. And then there's a few other things. For example, the track colors on the control match whatever they are in your DAW. So I'm not going to give you the whole spiel here. Let's go ahead and get to the computer and the control, and let's see what this update is about. So I have a project here loaded up in Logic, as you see. I'm going to go right here, and then I'm just going to play the beat. As you see, if you're looking at the control, everything is labeled out. It was like that before, but now the tracks are color coded. So from there, as you see, it matches. My 808 is purple. My 808 track up there is purple. It just matches. So that's cool. Something simple, but it's cool. You can hit shift if you want to change from mute to solo. You can do shift and make minor adjustments. So for example, say I want to turn down my drum kit, like, you go like that. But if you want to do it precisely, it goes up in increments of 0.2. At least that's what it looks like. Sometimes it might make a little bigger jump, but that's better than the big jumps that it normally makes. I'm gonna go ahead and open up a new project and show you guys how it works with plugins that are not opened in the Complete Control software, so that way you can see that you can still have the ability to tweak them from the keyboard itself. So I'm not going to save this. A lot of you guys already know about the play assist features. If you don't, you can go right here, hit play assist, lock it in scale. Again, the ARP situation that I talked about in the intro of this video, you hit ARP one more time, and it syncs up to your tempo. If you want to see it, hit the plug-in button. It says I'm on 88 BPM. I'm going to change it inside of Logic. So now as you see, I'm going down, it's going down there. I can go back to play assist and then, speed it up, all that wonderful stuff. And that's good because it's automatically synced up. But back to this, I'm gonna go ahead and just lock this in the scale just because. Go back to plugin. Now it's just telling me the BPM under smart controls. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this, the AUG, pretty much saying augmented. You hit it now, I could play. And say I like that, but I want to change it, so I'm gonna morph it all the way over. Let me turn it back down. I like it better like this. Turn it all the way to 0. Change the time. Actually, I'm gonna change the motion. Turn it all the way up. So you can change these different parameters to tweak the sounds to how you want it. Add some delay. And right here it says page 1 of 81. So I mean, there are literally tons of parameters you can go through. Now for me personally, at this point, I don't see me sitting here going through 81 different pages to make different tweaks to the parameters of a sound when I can just use my computer at this point, because that's a lot to go through. I'll go through just the main page, and then from there I would just, if it's the next page over, cool, but after that I'm going to the computer instead of pushing the button to keep going back and forth. So if I pull up Logic, just to show you, I'm going to turn the morph on the keyboard itself, and you see inside of Logic it's changing as well. So just so you can see that there's some type of visual feedback to what you're doing on the controller it's automatically synced up to the computer, which is great. Now, again, this is not just for Augmented Piano. There are other plugins that you can do this with, like all of your plugins. Let me find something else that I have that's not necessarily in KS. Okay, so now I've loaded up Nexus. You guys know classic VST. I'm just going to find the piano real quick, and from there just show you that you could even tweak the piano from Nexus. So you pretty much get the gist of it. I'm just going to load up another one. And even beyond that, as you see right here, Nexus is there. If I go and throw on another VST, so if I load up halftime, just record something real quick. So that may sound crazy because it was recording and it didn't sound like that originally. So I'm going to go ahead and bypass halftime just so that way we can see what it sounds like without it, then turn it back on. Now again, this is a lot of different menus to go through, and if you don't know what they mean, sometimes that might be hard for you to go through with this stuff. So like right here it says power on. I just turned it off. So figure out why there it is. That's with halftime off. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back on. Yeah, so that's that. That's pretty much how you can go ahead and change it. The one thing I will say is you have to take the time to learn what each knob does. I mean, it kind of makes sense. As you know, the mode, those are modes. And then from there you have your different options. So yeah, you guys, that's that. You have to learn what each plugin page is for, you know, unless it's one of those ones that had 80, but like this has 6. You can kind of figure out mode. It says mode inside of the actual VST. Power on, obviously you can turn off the plugin and things like that nature. So I think it's cool. Some plugins it works better for than others, like Augmented Grand Piano was great compared to Nexus was cool, but you know, I tried this in Omnisphere and it just wasn't working for me at all. So it works better with certain things, you know, certain plugins play better with other plugins. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it for this update. It's great. You know, it's great to be able to use this and control your parameters on your plugins, whether it's effects or if it's actual instruments. That is great. Now, let me go back to this plugin. I'm gonna go back to DAW, and as you see, everything's just listed there, color coded to match what their selected color is for the track inside of the DAW you're working in. And I think this is a great update, you know, great features. You're able to control whether it's your effects or your instruments from here to make tweaks. Again, some of them work better than others in my experience so far, but I also got this a little bit early. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. This keyboard is great. I think it's a great value, and hopefully they keep on adding things to it. And I didn't touch on the accessibility features just because I'm not familiar with using those features, but that's there as well. If you're interested in checking out one of these, click the link in the description. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm about to get back to making some music.